What's going on, traders? One more video tonight. Got another couple requests. Today, right now, we're looking at OAS. You guys know OAS has been on my watch list for the past couple months. I've traded this back when it was around $3, when it was about up here somewhere before all this, and I made about a couple $1,000s up here. Thank God I didn't hold through all this, but this was a beautiful short. If you're a long-term holder, this was a beautiful downtrend, beautiful short. Right now I'm getting questions, is OAS a buy? OAS is another popular, not that popular like USO, but very popular oil stock, you guys. The thing about UOS I don't like, you guys, is when I've been watching the tape for a while, it has so many sellers. So we have to look at, there's a lot of sellers in it, which could be a good thing because those sellers can get squeezed. If I take you guys to a 180-day chart, you can see this thing starting to curl up. We had a good bounce right here off the 23-cent area, 22.5, 23 cents area. A couple, probably like yesterday or the day before. Right now, aftermarket, if you could see, let me take you guys to aftermarket. I traded this thing yesterday, you guys. I held this thing overnight. Only made like 440 on it. I wish I would have held, because right now this thing's squeezing aftermarket. And me and one of my trading colleagues, we were just discussing this on the messenger, and he pointed this out to me, which I seen the news, but I didn't actually look into it, where it showed me all the shareholders that are holding this right now. I was like, wow, all the big boys. So if you guys could see, all the big boys here are kind of holding this. And if you look at it, they bought really early. So they're in this thing, you guys. A lot of big companies are in this thing. The only problem is oil stocks are like high risk, high reward right now. What I told my buddies, or what I told my guys, is like, tomorrow, if we get a dip off VWAP or 31 cents or the 30 cents area, if this thing holds a couple times and we see buyers coming in, this could be another potential good dip buy. Or I told him that's one of our strategies, right? Another strategy is it's a gap to fill strategies, guys. So I told my buddy, or I told a couple of my buddies, watch that 40-cent breakout, you guys. Watch this 40-cent breakout. With volume, with momentum, you guys. Don't buy as soon as it goes up. Let it go up, come back and test the 40-cent or 37-cent area. Wherever that breakout is area, you guys. It might fail the first time. So we might miss out the first time, but watch that 40-cent breakout. We have room till about 45, 50 cents. But be careful, you guys. If it does break 40, you want to get in right away. I wouldn't, but some people do buy, depending on the momentum right away. Just set your stop losses and be careful. But what I would do is I would have this thing have to come, like, let's say this thing that hopefully doesn't open at 50 cents or nothing, but if it opens around the same price and breaks 40 cents, it could be a fake out, you guys. It could come back right to VWAP and test again. That's why we want to either scoop it up at VWAP or 30-cent area, or we want to wait till it tests 50 cents or 45 cents or whatever. Let's say it fakes out, comes back and tests 40 again, where previous resistance would become new support. That would be a good buy. And you guys know I don't look at the fundamentals too much, but since this thing did go down so much, and it is a 38-cent stock right now, so it's a penny stock, so I do always look at the cash just in case the company is looking for a reverse split. So when we do look at the financials, or when we do look at the balance sheet, their cash, they have $20 million in the bank, which is not too bad, you guys. But the problem is we have 2.74, almost $3 billion in debt. So on this kind of trade, you guys, I wouldn't hold too many shares for a long time. It depends on what kind of trader are you, but most, like me and my buddies, we usually trade, like, we're day traders, so we're usually in and out in a few minutes usually. But if you're a long time investor, be careful with this stock. Like on my last video, I talked about DCA, dollar cost averaging, if you're a long-term investor, not a trader type, you know what I mean? But another thing I wanted to talk about today is tanker stocks, you guys. Another stock I've been watching has been DHT, because just like the thing about OAS is, why is it going down? Why is all the stocks going down like I talked about yesterday, you guys? Everybody's sitting at home mostly. Cars are parked. A lot of planes are parked. A lot of buses are parked. 2/3 of the world is parked right now. I know they're going to start opening real soon with different phases and stuff, but we have a lot of cars, and there's basically no demand for oil, there's millions of oil being produced every day. And right now they got like 10 super tankers surrounding the United States, hopefully coming from Saudi Arabia, and they have nowhere to go, you guys. They have nowhere to go. So this is a super tanker stock, you guys. So there's only about 850 or 900. I know it's less than 1,000. Around 850 or 900 super tankers in the whole world. So that when there's high demand and there's only 850 or 900 super tankers, you guys, the price is going skyrocketing, you guys. You guys could see how this skyrocketed up. So what we're watching for right here is the break of 883. I even went to a 3-year weekly chart. Looks like all-time highs is 893. So if we break that 893, you guys, we do have room till $10. Just be careful, because we are buying kind of the top on another breakout. We could use the strategy that I was just talking about. If it breaks 883, $9, and comes back, test a couple times, hopefully breaks the 10. So this got upgraded by analysts a couple days ago also, saying it has a room for 40%, 50% upside. So this is one of my things I'm watching. OAS, you guys, OAS. There's a good buy. Oh, before I go, let me show you guys this one article I was reading about what we were just talking about. On Barron's.com, shout out to Barron's, you guys. Oil tanker stocks jump as storage crunch leads to bonanza for ship owners. So basically, here, let's just read it real fast. There's way too much oil being produced and way too little being used. Most people are locked down away in their houses. Tens of millions of barrels are being pulled out of the ground every day, and there's no needs for gasoline, diesel, or jet fuel. That's exactly what we were just talking about, you guys. So any oil trade is a little risky right now. It does have a little high reward, but it is kind of risky. Some of that oil is going into storage tanks, but there soon will not be enough tanks to hold it all. At current rates of production, all land storage will be filled up in a matter of weeks, according to Rystad Energy. That is why oil prices went below $0 on Monday and stayed at ultra-low rates on Tuesday. Some traders are looking elsewhere to store oil. An increasing amount of it is being placed on enormous ships known as very large crude carriers, or VLCCs. There are about 850, so there it goes, 850. Of those around the world, you guys, and normally about 25 are used to store crude oil for the sale at a later date. These days, the number of ships being used has jumped about to 125, according to Louis Zabraki, CEO of International Seaways, ticker symbol INSW, one of the publicly traded players in the industry. International Seaways are 11 VLCCs. In the normal times, the company uses its ships to take oil from the Middle East to Asia or other similar routes. None of its ships are generally used to store crude. So this is, you guys, this is like a new thing for them too. They're just chilling, storing the crude now for months. So I don't know, you guys could go read the rest of this. I just wanted to give you guys a quick summary of what's going on with these oil stocks and with these trades. So for a short term, yeah, I do see a nice gap to fill strategy on OAS, especially like to 50 cents. It even has room to $1 if they don't do a reverse split, you guys. It even has room, you know, if you're a long-term investor, it does have a little room. Just be careful. I wouldn't be holding too much, you guys, just in case something does happen. You never know. Set your stop losses. Be careful. So please like the video. Any questions, comments, leave in the bottom, you guys. Like and subscribe. Remember, you guys, plan the trade, trade the plan. See you guys in the AM. Peace out.